Alright guys, I want to come at you today real quick, give you my post-season thoughts on the Tethrd one stick. Honestly, I hunted with these sticks a minimum 3 days a week the whole season. The week of Thanksgiving, I hunted with them for 10 days straight. The weeks of Christmas and New Year's, I hunted with them for 17 days straight. They got a lot of tree time, a lot of use, and honestly, you really can't tell it. There's no real wear signs on it anywhere. I mean, the ropes on a few of them are fuzzed out maybe a little more than I thought they should be. I think the rope that comes with them is a cheaper, maybe China made or overseas made rope. I don't think it's as high quality of am steel as what you would see with other stuff. So even the Dyneema that I made the aiders out of, I got an 18-inch aider on the bottom of each stick. That Dyneema held up a whole lot better and didn't fuzz out at all like the rope that attaches them to the tree did. And I'm not saying that it's a bad design or anything like that. Like, I just think it's just a cheaper rope, and it just fuzzed up more on some of them than maybe I thought it should have. But I did run these on some really rough trees. Like right now, I've got this one behind me on a wild cherry tree, and the bark on it is really rough. It really kind of catches on this stuff. Other than that, and a lot of them, like this stick right here, doesn't have any glow tabs at all on the top. This little glow tab that they put on these, so where they glow in the dark, you're supposed to be able to see them going down the tree in the dark and stuff. They work really, really well. They glow really, really awesome. It looks cool when you're up in the tree and you look down and you see all these little glowing tabs on the sticks. But anyways, I had several of those break off already after one season, which is just kind of like a tape that's folded around this little part, this little cross member on the step. I had some of that break off. I'm going to replace that with some reflective tape that I've used in the past for marking trees with in the woods. I think it'll work really, really well because it's really, really reflective. It doesn't glow in the dark, but it's really super reflective. So if you've got any kind of light at all, even my purple headlamp, the purple function on it, you can look down and it'll even light those tabs up. So I think really that's the only two bad things I can say about these sticks. I've had them on some really hard leaning trees and they seem to stick to the tree really, really well. Here's a close-up view of one of my Tethrd one sticks on the tree. Like I said, I went with the duct tape and the corrugated plastic wire loom to silence these. It did make the tubes a little bit bigger around, but I mean, they're super dead sounding. They're really, really quiet. I hit my metal wedding ring on it. It's just really, really quiet. These sticks are so silent because there are no moving parts. You can, as long as you don't clank a couple of these together, and honest to goodness, all hunting season long, hunting with these sticks, even putting them together and taking them apart, I never clanked those together and made a sound in the woods. Like, they were just really easy. The little tabs they give you to hook them together, they're just really easy to put together and take apart without making any noise. So I just want to show you guys that. You know, I added this little aider containment system on the bottom of each one of mine. Every stick I have, you just pull that, your aider drops down. It's an 18-inch aider on the bottom of each step. It gets me up to over 20 feet, like 22 feet I think, with 4 sticks, the way I space them. And I'm not a tall guy, I'm like 5'9". So you can see I added a little camo duct tape right there to keep the step itself from possibly cutting into the Dyneema. And I added a little zip tie on the bottom of each one so that they can't come undone anyway, unless that zip tie were to break or something. But so you can see, I just want to show you guys that this aider, this setup, it works really, really well. Like, you can put your weight on this and like that stick is rock solid. It doesn't go anywhere. Like, this tree is kind of it's got a little bit of a lean to it. It's a leaner, but these, when they're on the tree, like, they're just rock solid. They do not move. So, you know, when you get into a higher end stick, like these are supposed to be a premium stick. Aside from the tubes being loud, once you stealth strip them or do whatever you're going to do to silence the tubes, that's really the only issue with these sticks. They are kind of expensive at $110 a piece. I think you can catch them on sale sometimes cheaper than that. There's a lot of newer sticks coming out. Like if you look at the B sticks, they're more expensive. The new trophy line hyperlights, they're probably, I haven't seen the prices on those, but I would imagine they're going to be more expensive per stick probably than these. The cool thing about these, like your Timber Ninja sticks, I know they're quite a bit more expensive than these per stick, and none of those other sticks, to my knowledge, are as light as these. The trophy line hyperlights may be pretty close, but when you start getting into a premium lightweight stick, and I mean like super light, like a pound, when you get down around there, they're just, I think this is going to be one of the best sticks. Like the Shikar sticks, the out on the limb Shikars and stuff like that. Those are a really nice stick, but they have moving parts. You know, a lot of them. There is a fixed version that doesn't, I don't think, have any moving parts on it. But they're quite a bit more expensive per stick than these, and they're not quite as long either. So you're not going to get as much height out of them unless you go adding, you know, multiple aiders and stuff like that. It's just whatever anybody's interested in. But for me, in my mind, this is your budget model of a premium stick. It's one of the cheaper premium sticks that you're going to get, and it's just slam packed with features. It's just a simple design, and it's really hard to beat. You don't realize how light these are until you get them in your hand. And even with everything that I've done to these, adding the aiders and all that stuff, adding the little fishing weight to the end of each one to help it throw around the tree better, they still weigh next to nothing. They're just insanely light. That's just my 2 cents on it. Do with it what you want. Like I said, I put a lot of time in on these, and I absolutely love them. I'm going to run them exactly like this, no changes for next season. They're just a phenomenal stick for the money. I feel like it's really truly a hard setup to beat for what you're paying. What you get out of these sticks once you silence the tubes, which is nothing. You know, that's a really simple fix. So, anyways, thanks. I'll catch you guys in the next one.